Hi everybody, well, I've got myself another project to work with. Wonder if you can guess what it might be, eh? So here is my part of my bike in a box. Chain, plastics, stator cover, header pipe, carburetor down there. All the parts you need for, yes, it's a Suzuki and it's another Drz250. So let's go and have a little look at it. So I just picked it up with the Santa Fe on the trailer. So here she is here. It's not going to be too bad a project. It looks worse than it is. It's been left out in the weather for a long time. But I'll be able to bring that part back. It's just really surface rust, to be honest. Tyres aren't too bad. There's a few more rides left in the tyres. Not a lot, but a few more. So the engine has been removed by the previous owner. And he's been pretty good about that. He's kept all of the brackets, all of the bolts and all of the hardware is all there. Got a lot of cleaning up to do. Take the cover off down there and get rid of all of this grime and grease and dirt, etc. So I believe it's a 2001 Drz250. I need a few parts. I've already gone and bought a few parts for it. New battery, new air cleaner. So here's the engine. Now the reason it was removed from the frame is that it was leaking here from the main output shaft. The seal's leaking. So he seemed to find that to be a bit of a difficult job, but it's not going to be too hard a job at all. I've already ordered a new seal and I'll pluck the old seal out and clean all that up nicely and insert the new seal. And he did break off one of the studs for the exhaust header pipe, which I'll have to replace, but I'll draw that out and re-tap it. That should be straightforward. Plastics will come back nicely with a bit of cleaning. Clean those all up nicely, buff them all up, they should come back okay. The rims, etc. should polish up okay. It's really the frame which is going to require a bit of work, but mainly surface rust, to be fair. I'll clean all that back. I'm going to just take everything off or disassemble the whole bike completely and then look at the frame. Whether I get it blasted or not, I'm not sure at this stage. So it's got some good features, got good bars. The grips and everything are totally weathered out. Yeah, she's certainly been out in the weather, this bike. Luckily the engine was taken out and kept inside a shed, so that's not such an issue. Carburetor's pretty manky because it was just hanging on the throttle cables here out in the weather. I have actually gone and bought a new carburetor, but I'll probably clean up the old one just as a project anyway. So all of the bracketry, etc. is all just sitting here. Bought a new sprocket for the engine, so that's arrived, and I'll get a new chain and rear sprocket for it as well. The original rear sprocket is not too bad for testing anyway. I'll probably leave it on for a little while I get this thing running and see how it performs, but I will replace the socket. I was going to take this down to just be a parts bike, take it all to pieces and sell off the parts, but I don't think I'll do that. I feel it's too good for that. It's actually not that bad a bike. Even though it looks a bit tough at the moment, I definitely know I can bring this back. In fact, in many ways it's better than the one which I've just finished off. So I got new pegs arriving and things like that. Interesting that the shock is actually red on this model. Most of the ones I've seen, including my other one, it's got a yellow painted spring. It has got the standard shock though, and also the front shocks are all standard. Interesting how low he's got the front down. I didn't actually meet the guy, but he may be slightly shorter in the leg, and that might be why he had the shocks up so high here. Okay, I'll return those back to a flush height like I normally have them. I like the bike to be quite high in the air when I'm riding. So that's what I'm up to. It's going to be my latest project, everybody. Santa Fe pulled the trailer really well with my recent repairs to the camshaft position sensors, so that's running sweet as a nut now, so that was really good. But you can certainly see how much weather has been on this bike. Just see the surface oxidation on everything, a lot of mildew, but all of that stuff will buff back with, you know, steel pads, soap pads, and a bit of elbow grease. Even this tail light, I'm sure I can buff that back up to be reasonable as well. Just a little bit of time on it, that's all. So thank you for viewing, and I hope whatever project that you're working on at the moment is going well for you. And if you're looking for a project to get your teeth into, well, look around for an old dirt bike. They're a lot of fun to resurrect and get back onto the trail again. Even if you never decide to ride it yourself and you're just going to do it for a hobby and then flick it off to somebody else to ride, you'll still get a lot of satisfaction out of the whole rebuild process anyway. And it's quite a lot of fun, you know, sourcing the parts you need and seeing what parts you can still keep and what parts are totally beyond repair. So I'll do a few more videos of this as I get it unloaded and clean it up and start stripping it down and see what we really face, you know, what we really got here to work with. But I certainly think that this is going to be quite a straightforward job, and it'll keep me out of trouble for a little while. So all the best, and I'll see you later on in another video.